regression and correlation are frequently used concept for any doctoral dissertation, research writing, or so. This video focuses on correlation, and here are a few concepts I'm walking you through. The scatter plots that tells you the position of the variables, the items, the members, participant. So, and also there are two types of Pearson correlation or Spearman row, depending on the normality of your data points. The Pearson correlation is used when you have two variables that are normal or scales, but the Spearman is used when both variables are ordinal. So remember the word scale, normal, and the ordinal. Usually the survey, Likert scale surveys are ordinal data, but if you have a scale points developed from the questionnaire, from online questionnaire or surveys, then that can be used Pearson correlation. Otherwise, Spearman row is the option. Another concept to know is the positive and negative correlation. Correlation is between -1 to +1. So here are some positive, negative correlation and its meaning. So there are also assumption check for the condition running Pearson correlation. So make sure you check the relationship between variables, normality check, and outliers. So there are slightly two different for the Pearson R or Spearman R. So here is the definition of scatter plot, the graph of two variables that indicates how the scores for an individual on a one variable associated with his or her scores on the other variables. And there are also some advantages of scatter plot. That is definitely to know if there are any outliers, or to know the relationship, the visual pictures of correlation. Here is how we do. You click on SPSS, graphs, legacy dialogues, and a scatter plot. This is what it looks like, but usually we go with the simple scatters. The other concept from the book is, here is the more clear visual lines. So usually you draw a line from here, one corner to another corner, diagonal, to look into these data points, how they are spread across the chart, the figure. So you double click on SPSS and automatically there will be a line that indicates the linear condition of the data points. There are also other ways of doing that to find the nature of the data. So here is how the line indicates that most of the data are around the linear line. Here is the quadratic regression line, because the data point are scatters across the rectangles here. So there was also multiple ways of looking into the linearity, the linear position of the data points. So here is a APA format outline of your analysis. And this is particularly important if you have questions for your research or dissertation, looking into what are the relations between variable A and variable B. Let's say if you are looking, are there any relationship between student progress, student success point, the GPA, and their engagement on campus. Campus engagement can be measured, or we can look into relationship between GPA and student engagement on campus, depending on your data points. Here is how you can compute Pearson or Spearman correlation on SPSS. Click on Analyze. hit correlate and bivariate. So here is a figure from that, and here is just you look into the one part rather than both part of your um, correlations point data points. So just ignore the number below or above the diagonal line because they are duplicates. So here, if you look into the P score, P is 0.003, which is less than 0.05. So this is statistically significant. So here we can say that math achievement test is statistically significant with the mother's education. If math score are higher, the mother's education are likely to have higher, including such as the college education. Here is a non-parametric correlation. The score between the Pearson correlation and Spearman's our score are not that much different, 0.34 and the other one 0.32, but the only difference is for the non-parametric correlations. When you have a ranking for second, third, or in a Likert scale 1 to 5, it is recommended to run Spearman correlation. And this is super important. This is how you will be reporting your outcome of Spss outcome outputs in APA format, just a paragraph. If you have more variables, for example, here are 4 variables and running regression. So here is a APA format of reporting that includes one paragraph of what it is, the nature of correlation, whether they are statistically significant or not significant, but in this case it is less than 0.001 or 0.05, so it is significant, and it also suggests a big or small, positive or negative correlation, and then you also report the effect size. The next one, you are required to put the a table that includes mean and standard deviation of your variables, as well as the significant data points. Okay, so in the next video we'll be looking, or next part we'll be looking into a practical aspect of this. Next we're looking into scatter plot for the linear regression line for the couple of dependent variables, for example campus satisfaction and personal satisfaction of faculty members from a college. Here is a data set, and we're looking into the data points. So we do have a few dependent variables here, or independent, whichever you take it. So let's take a look, the graph, legacy, and scatter plot. So simple, define. So I want to put campus satisfaction versus personal satisfaction of faculty member. You can actually title them, but it's okay, and click on okay. Now here you can see the data points. Actually this particular individual, this particular faculty members is probably outlier because it's way up here. The other data points pretty much are okay. So let's take a look, draw a line here, a diagonal line, so that we know it. So double click, and then usually you get the line here for the scatter plot, or here, whichever, the add fit line. So here is a regression line. So majority of the data points are around here. Still it's okay. So this is your line, regression line here. Okay, it looks good. So if this is the case, then we want to look into the regression. Click on, because you have a second question here, what does it look like, then the association between campus satisfaction and their personal satisfaction. So we want to report that in an APA format, and here is how you will be reporting in APA format. Going back to data points, click analyze regression. No, actually correlation. So it's taking time to load. Analyze correlation bivariate. Okay, reset. And I want to look the relationship between campus satisfaction with personal satisfaction. Is there a relationship? Those who are personally satisfied are also satisfied with the campus. Click options, check means and standard deviation. The rest is good. And you can actually look into Spearman because this is a Likert scale 1 to 5. But you want to see the difference between the Pearson and Spearman. Okay. And here is your correlation. The mean score 1.9 out of 5. One strongly agree. So majority of these professors are agree. They are happy with the campus life, campus satisfaction, and personal satisfaction 2.4 out of 5. 1 strongly agree or satisfied, and 5 strongly dissatisfied or highly dissatisfied. So here is a correlation. Just look into diagonal 1. So you just look the upper part or either lower part. Here is a correlation 0.4, 0.54 and 0.0. That means significant level is lesser than 0.001. So there is a statistically significant relationship between personal satisfaction and campus satisfaction. And here is a non-parametric between the Spearman and the Pearson. Since this is in a ordinal data, you will choose the Spearman reporting. Here is 0.533 and here is 0.544. It's not that much different. So how do you report? The reporting will be to investigate if there was a statistical significant association between community college faculty members' campus satisfaction and their personal satisfaction. A correlation was computed. Faculty members' satisfaction was statistically significant with their personal satisfaction. You will be reporting R values and P values here, and the direction of the correlation was positive. And the effect size is small or big. Let's take a look. Again, going back to here, 0.5 is average, I would say. It's not really small or big. And if you do not see any negative sign here, this is positive. So our value, R, here is 0.54 p-values, and you have an N and 334, that means 334 faculty member participated on this one. So here 0.533, that will go over here, the R value. So you have R here, 333 faculty members, and then P values and R values will go there. So that's there. And if you have more variables, then you can do in a similar way. Let's take a look here. Click Analyze and bivariate correlation. And let's take a look the 4 variables. You want to look into relationship with students and role clarity. So all of them there. And this time click OK. So if you look into Pearson correlation, here is the 4 items you have: 1, 2, 3, 4. Average score 334 faculty member. So just take a look the upper part here. Only upper part, actually 0.4, 0.544, 0.347, 0.67. Pretty much all of them are correlated. Here, campus satisfaction is correlated with personal satisfaction. Campus satisfaction also correlated with their relationship with the faculty the students, and the role clarity. So that indicates that campus satisfaction of faculty member is higher if their personal satisfaction, relationship with a student, or their role description are higher. If faculty members are clear with these three things, they are likely to have a higher campus satisfaction. The same thing you can say the personal satisfaction of faculty member is associated with their relationship with students and the roles um, they have from their deans or supervisors. So it's pretty straightforward. I hope this helps for your data analysis if you are using correlation in your articles or dissertation.